Hello, Facebook. Whew. It's day 19. I better just check. Let's go with that one. I better just check that we're live, of course, because otherwise it will be a bit weird. No, we're good. You know, one of the funny thing is about using this software, I was just saying to one of the guys who messaged me on my Facebook wall, he said, Matt, have you got used to using Wirecast? And I said, yeah, I know what I'm doing. And then what's happened is there's like a transition. In fact, watch the transition. It's the most weirdest transition in the world. And of course, I don't know how to turn it off. Like I've done it. And now I've got this, it's called windshield wiper. I mean, who wants windshield wiper? It looks like something out of PowerPoint. It's the worst transition ever. But, you know, I just can't, it's too late in the day. And I just can't be bothered to figure it out. Anyway, so this weekend I went to an event and a whole bunch of things were good about it. So about 6 months ago, I decided that I wanted to do broadcasting. And I've been using Wirecast and I've been using various different things for a while now. So I've used Ecamm. In fact, it's over 12 months because what I get now regularly on a daily basis is me trying to... What the fuck is this? That's messing with my mind. Thanks, Terry. See, I just got to tell you that sometimes even the professionals, yes, I may not look like a professional, but I am professional. Even the professionals get it wrong, but who gives a shit? Right, so the weekend, right, so about 6 months ago, I decided I was going to do broadcasting. And I get daily reminders now, you know, like it says on this day you did whatever. And it's funny because when I watch those videos as well, I'm just as much of a mess when I'm trying to use Wirecast as now. And I can show you, actually you can't see it very well, but there's a little button, you can see where my mouse is just in the background. There's a button here, it says windshield wiper. Watch again. Hello! Dog shit, absolute dog shit. Anyway, look, this is a serious video. It's my day 19 and I'm trying to be serious. What did I learn from the weekend? Oh, sugar, what have I pressed? So, lots of cool stuff. So one of the things I said, Steve Blampier talked about letting things go. That was a pretty cool thing, and I didn't, you know, because I was working on the desk. If you've seen the pictures now, if you've not seen the pictures, you should go and look at the pictures. They're pretty cool. Liz took quite a few of them, which I'll definitely be using for social proof and all that kind of cool jazz. But I was on the desk, so although I was listening to each of the presentations, I was listening for noise, right? Like I was listening to see if things were going wrong. So I wasn't. It's not that I wasn't paying attention, but sometimes it wasn't about paying attention. I had to pay attention to all the technical stuff going on. So it was only afterwards in the bar that Steve mentioned it, and I thought, actually, I quite get that. It's about letting things go, and that was a big moment. And I met some cool people. You know, I talk about this all the time. You know, people on my Facebook Stories challenge now, they've been like, what do I do for inspiration? Like, my life is boring, what do I do about it? And the answer, of course, is get out of your house, get out of your office, go and meet people, because by chatting to people, by talking and experiencing things, you can get a lot of stuff to talk about in your stories, right? Makes perfect sense. The more you experience, the more you can talk about. One of the people in there, who was it? I think it was Anne. She talked about going to Eventbrite, and Danny said, "Oh yeah, Eventbrite. I'll definitely take a look at that on Monday." I wonder if you have, Danny. Have I frozen? No, don't say I've got internet issues. Am I still going? I'm still going. I think it's just that's frozen. Good. Oh, the window wiper just came on. So. Yes, Eventbrite is a great place because there's loads of free events, whatever region you're in. I've used that when I've been abroad as well. There's so many things that go on in Eventbrite, and hey, you might get some free food out of it. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. We used to run something called the Good Business Network, which was a thing that I set up, right? I was fed up of stuffy, old, boring networking events. And I got absolutely slated about 18 months ago because I basically said that things like BNI, where it's lockout meetings, were just a load of old school dog shit, basically, which I still very much stand by. So what I wanted to do with Good Business Network was set up a network where we actually helped each other, and we got about 1,000 people in the Facebook group. I held physical events. We did maybe 6 or 7 of them, something like that. I bought pizza, I bought wine and beer, and the thanks I got for it was not very much from the local community, so I just stopped doing them. Didn't really get very much support about it either. In fact, the common theme that I got from this was, Matt, you swear too much. Like, what a fucking joke that is, as if I swear. So I thought, these guys are not my people. I should probably go to events where there's more of my people. But my overarching message about this was, there was one woman that used to come to every event and she used to eat all the food. Never spoke to anybody, just came there and ate the food. So if you're feeling like you need to go to a food bank, which is a very serious issue and shouldn't make fun of it, but you can always go to Eventbrite, find some events that are free and see if they have free lunch. And then you'll get a nice food out of it. Hey, and you might get some work out of it too. Let's not mock things like food banks, Matt, because that's a douche move. Okay, so anyone else? Let's see what else. We'll switch to this camera then with the window wiper. You ready for it? Boom! Window wiperific. So let's see what people are saying. Great chatting to you last week. Absolutely, Debs. Lovely to chat to you. Hey, Deirdre. Hey, Terry. I hate networking events and would like to set up my own because I can't be fucked with not swearing. Terry, we can be friends, Terry. It's fine. I'm with you on that. Let's be honest. You know, the thing is, right, one person who told me not to swear was like 50 years old. Like, just grow up. We're not in the 70s. You're not at school. You are allowed to say shit and bollocks. Nobody's going to come and tell you off. Uh-oh, it's the swearing police. Or not. What else can we say? What else did I learn? I learned that people are damn cool, right? You know, like some of these events that you go to, and this is the other thing with networking events, you know, regularly weekly networking events. Some of them are great, and I've met some wicked people, so I'm not going to say that it's the worst thing. But you know, when you go to events like Danny's event, which is full of entrepreneurial people that have paid £100 or a couple of £100 to be there, there's a vibe in the room in those kind of events that is fucking different to anything else. And for those of you that have been to these events, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like, the reason why BNI and 4N and stuff get a bad rap is because people pay £15 to be there. You get a bit of a breakfast and stuff, and there's a lot of social going on, but not really much business. But at these kind of events, you can just feel opportunity. You know, it's like the first time I went to New York. I walked out into New York, and I just remember feeling like opportunity. Like I could totally get where the American dream came from, because you could just feel it. It was in the air, in your bones, whatever. And that's exactly what these events are about. And you know, when you sit and talk to people and you ask them what they do and they tell you, and you start talking about it, and you just get excited for them. Like there's a real excitement for whatever they're doing, for the people that they meet, and you know there's people that you have mutual connections, all that kind of stuff. So these events just, I mean, I came back from it thinking like everything that's been pissing me off, or everything I was upset about, or everything that was holding me back, it just went out of the window. I remember I was absolutely knackered on Sunday night, and I had to get back home, and I really was not looking for an hour and a half travel, but I was just buzzing. I was just so buzzing inside, you know, like there's a real, and I felt that it carried through yesterday. Amy said to me, "What's wrong with you?" I said, I just feel really happy. And you know, to start April the 1st feeling in that way is a wonderful way to start the week. So definitely good. Let's window wipe back to the other angle. Oh, I'm looking at the screen. Professional, still a professional. Let's window wipe back to the other camera so we can read the comments. Over to you, Matt. Window wipe, press it, window wipe. Still the worst transition. It's the worst transition. Right, so comments. What are people saying? Anna's saying she's back from Vegas. Anna, you're not allowed to say you're back from Vegas, mate. You're supposed to say, I survived Vegas. I survived it. You're not back, you survived. Because anyone that's been Vegas will know that it is a clusterfuck of a place. It's just mental. It's absolutely mental. You can't say you had a trip there. You survived it. This is messing with my mind. Yeah, so that. Hey mate. Hey Danny. Hey Danny. Danny number 2. Actually, you're gonna have to decide who's Danny number 1 now. Yes, Anna's saying she like it. Come to my terrain networking event. Look at that. Anna's always working. You're always working, Anna, aren't you? What's happening to my lighting? I'm in. There you go. Look at that. We've connected people, right? We've connected people. Why is it so bright, this picture? It's doing my head in. I'll take the brightness down. Window wipe to darker brightness. Look at that. Still brilliant. You're a very naughty boy. Go and sit in the naughty corner. Durant. I want to say Durant. That's how you say it, right? If you don't say it like that, you now need to make a video, because I know you struggle to make videos, right? Make a video and pronounce your name for me and stick it on my wall. That's what you need to do, just because I'm clearly illiterate. B&I types go because they feel they should, not because they want to. Look at that. I just spotted it on the live, the window wipe. Still brilliant. Lightweight. Oh, you see it saying that too, Danny. I was a tad knackered too. Deirdre, what are you talking about, Deirdre? I seen you like the day after in London. You weren't knackered, you wanted more. Good work. Window wipe, the worst. Fajitas or fanjitas. I don't know where this has come from. I've got a feeling somebody in my Facebook group, we're doing Facebook stories challenge, and so we're doing group stories, and I have a feeling somebody in the story has said fangita instead of fajita. So this is a bit like the portrait landscape thing from the weekend, right? There's clearly an in-joke going on because fajitas or fajitas or fanjitas has come into it some way. So I'm going to go and watch the story later to see what happened there. Anna, you're miles from me. So I connected you two. You were excited about the event and then you realised it's 300 miles away, so maybe next time. Right, I think that's probably it from me. I've got to say I've enjoyed this live more than most lives. And just before we go, we should definitely do one more window wipe, right? Are you ready for it? Because it's coming. Prepare yourself. Let's have a countdown. 3, 2, 1, window wipe. And that's the perfect way to end day 19. Hey, just before we end day 19, right, another thing that I've got to tell you is, and this is probably why I'm starting to feel a little bit more happy about the situation in general, is I'm on day 19 of my daily videos, and when I started them, it was like any other bit of consistency. I said to myself, but this time, just see the window wipe. Hopefully you can see that in there as well. You can see the live video window wipe. It doesn't get any less funny. Danny Matthews is thinking it's just like people that use Comic Sans. Right, so when I started this challenge, it was just like any other challenge, and I thought to myself, you know, Matt, you've done this before, it hasn't worked, but you've got to go and do it again, right? Because on my wall over there, I'm going to show you with, is my other camera connected? Yeah, my other camera's connected, so I'm going to show you with a window wipe. Ready for the window wipe? I wonder if you can see it. Can you see it up there? There you go, you can see it. It's window wipe back. On my wall over there, it says one thing that's important to me, which is consistency. And I'll be the first to admit that consistency has left when I needed it to be around. And I know I've only got my own self to blame for the lack of consistency, right? And that's fine, you know, I take responsibility for my actions. But when this time came around, I was like, Matt, stop setting massive goals. Like, you don't have to go and do like the best videos, They don't have to be perfect, all that kind of jazz. I just said, make sure for yourself you do a daily video. And I've done them, and sometimes they've been a little bit rough around the edges, but I've had fun with it. You know, like a couple of my videos were with the girls. We had a daddy-daughter day, and I filmed some of that. I've done one of the videos on my front Facebook, on my front camera on my phone, which I definitely didn't want to do. I lost my Osmo Pocket, and I got another one because I wanted to be able to do these daily videos. So when I'm saying I got to day 19 and this bit of consistency has come in, I've started to get to the point now where, because at the start you think sometimes you're like, oh, is it worth carrying on? You know, like sometimes you might get to late at night and you think, oh, you know, I'll just leave it till tomorrow or whatever. One of the days, I think it was day 14, I kind of missed it. So I went again straight away the day after, because I knew if it went more than a day, then I would stop completely. But now I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, I'm looking for something. What's the big message I want to record today? And not what is the big message that I want to give to other people. What's the big message I want to leave for myself? Because I know in 12 months' time, on this day is going to come around, and then I'm going to see it, and I'm going to think, did I do it for me, or did I do it for other people? And it's important to do it for myself. I do so many other things for other people, right? So I set this consistent goal and just said, just do it for yourself. Just show up every day, do a daily video, stop being a perfectionist, and just see how it gets on. And I'm on day 19, as I said, and I think I'm in a pretty good place with it so far. So if you're not doing this stuff and you want to do this stuff, you should do this stuff. Of course, like with the Facebook stories, we're doing it as a group. That's always useful, but sometimes it's just good to do it for yourself as well. All right, well, I've rambled on. How long have we gone for? 10 minutes or so, or something. Shit, I bet it's 17 minutes. Gotta go. One more window wipe. Go on then. You ready for it? Let's go. Hurrah! Window wipe and bye bye. See you later.